So we're here in Austin talking to the Parlotones for musicforgood.tv. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So you just had a pretty major thing happen, didn't you? You climbed Mount Kilimanjaro to bring attention to violence against women and girls in Africa, is that right?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, and can you tell us a little bit about the climb and why you decided to do it?
Well, we've been involved in a few things with the United Nations Women back home. We played some charity shows, and they actually asked us if they could use one of our songs as part of the campaign for this cause, a song called Should We Fight Back? And so we said, of course, and then they then asked us if we wouldn't mind actually being part of it, joining in on this particular walk, and we shuffled some things around. And we said yes, we'd love to.
That's great. And who joined you on the climb?
Now, it was various sort of dignitaries and celebrities from around Africa. In total, I think there were 75 people representing, as well as some UN colleagues, or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it was actually very cool.
Yeah, and why is it important right now to bring attention to this issue of violence against women?
I think because it's alarmingly something that's on the increase, and I think the main thing is that often the victims, suffer in silence, and they feel that there is no solution. There's no one out there to assist them, and I think what they are trying to achieve is awareness, really, to them, to say that there is a solution. There are people that can help, and to raise money to actually help these women, because often they suffer in silence because they feel there is no, they're trapped in this sort of, there's no escape. Yeah, and it's an unfortunate thing, and we certainly are not naive to think that this one walk is going to suddenly bring about instant change. But it is certainly a step in the right direction, and hopefully it's a project that will be sustained, because only through something that is ongoing can you really achieve the results.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to bring awareness to it, definitely. And on a little bit of a lighter note, can you tell me about the climb? What was that like?
Why don't you do some talking?
Would you like to talk? Well, the climb was a lot harder than what we expected it to be. It's extremely tough, altitude-wise and physically. But I think, if you've got a strong mind, you'll make it.
And how did you guys prepare for the climb?
Well, we had friends that had done it before, and they all sent us sort of an 8-week training program. Unfortunately, we didn't quite follow it, purely because we're so busy. We were back and forth overseas, in and out of studio, playing shows. So we tried as much as possible to stay fit, just by going to gym regularly. And we went on a total of 2 hikes before doing the Kilimanjaro climb. And I think that's probably what shocked us the most, is the amount of walking and the intensity of it. So we probably weren't prepared enough, and it's not something you can actually explain to someone. What you go through mentally and physically.
Yeah, you have to experience it yourself. Really, it's mad.
Yeah. When we reflect on it, it's almost like a dream.
Because it is. I mean, like I say, you're physically tired, and then it starts getting colder and colder, and just eventually it's just freezing. So your toes are freezing, your hands are breathing. You can't. There's lack of oxygen. So you actually start getting quite negative at a point where you're like, am I going to make it? But you do. I think very well.
It's an amazing...
Some people do, not everybody did.
That you did.
I think out of the 75...
6 summited, the actual...
Well, 25 made it to the top of the mountain, the first summit.
Yeah.
And then 6 of us, including myself and Neil, made it to the top peak.
to the actual peak, which is called Uhuru.
And that day, you're actually climbing and walking non-stop. Must have been about 18 hours.
Wow.
Because you first climb the mountain.
Start at midnight.
Yeah. Then you go to the next summit. Then you got to get back down off the mountain. Then you're not allowed to stay at the camp at the mountain because, well, they reckon you shouldn't stay there too long because of the altitude.
Yeah, you get sick.
So then you have to walk another 4 hours to another camp where the air's a little bit thicker, and it's intense.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you guys feel when you reached the summit?
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the scenery when you get up there, the surrounding scenery is beautiful. I mean, there's massive blue ice glaciers, and another mountain which is sort of there with snow, and then you're literally above the clouds. So you get these like a blanket of clouds that you look upon, and the sun rises, and it's just really it's
majestic.
And just to know that you're at the highest point of Africa as well, and that you've walked so far and you finally got to that point. It's like this massive release of.
You get like, it's euphoric. But straight after that, you realize, oh shit. We've got to walk back. There's no cable car that's just going to take you down.
Well, you made it, obviously.
Yeah.
And lastly, guys, how can people find out more about this and get involved?
There's a site, I think it's africaunite.org.
Yeah.
There was a specific / Kilimanjaro climb, but I think just go to africaunite.org, or just go to Google Africa Unite. And you'll get information on how, if you feel strongly about it. There were some, actually quite a few women that were on the walk that were actually victims of abuse at some stage. So they felt very strongly about it, and I'm sure there are certainly out there people that have been victims, and they've hopefully gotten out of that abusive environment, and those are the people that can really help, even if it's just advice, or if it's in a financial way.
That's great. So africaunite.org.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, and congratulations on the climb and finishing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.